Prime Minister, colleagues, excellencies. I've had the privilege to witness ECHA's history from the very beginning. The Informal Environment Council in Chester 98, when the minister sent the first political signal for a new chemicals policy, was, so to say, the point of no return. By the way, when ECHA celebrated its 5th birthday, I already handed over to Gert as a symbolic present the letter folder delegates received there, and I still hope it has a place in a crystal shrine here in ECHA premises or so. Since these days in Chester, a lot has happened indeed. Witnessing the development of a new EU chemicals policy with ECHA at its very heart, during a thrilling political process and being part of its implementation was a truly great experience. So having been personally involved, I might not be the 100% neutral person to state this objectively, but nevertheless, it is my sincere belief that REACH and ECHA in particular are masterpieces. And the birthday celebration is, of course, the right occasion to explain why I think so. Chemicals can be nasty, but it goes without saying that they are part of our everyday life and that they are a backbone of Europe's economy. So REACH and ECHA are there to get this right. And what do you think? Was the mission accomplished? According to a Eurobarometer survey, more than 2/3 of European citizens today think that chemicals are now safer than 10 years ago. So we are not there yet, but we are on the right track. So far as to the public opinion, but what about the economy? What about the environment? And what about the society? At least for the Austrian economy, we can give an answer, and this answer will not deviate a lot from the whole EU picture. Not all developments can be put into figures. So our study, which is one of the rare examples to accurate cost-benefit determination, clearly displays the following qualitative aspects. Customer relationships have improved. More information on chemicals available. Knowledge management has improved. The awareness regarding substances of very high concern has improved. Better communication along the supply chain. In order to estimate the total economic impact of REACH on Austria, the effects of external costs on the price structure, as well as the impact of REACH on private consumption, production, value added, gross wages and salaries, and employment were investigated. And all these factors together, it was clear that the influence of REACH is below than 1/1000 of all these indicators. The results of the cost-benefit analysis show that the adoption of REACH results in a considerable economic resource gain that amounts to, for Austria alone, 2.5 billion euros. And thinking all of Europe together, we are approaching the 100 billion benefit order of dimension. The high efficiency of REACH is also indicated by the benefit-cost ratio amounting about 9. So for each euro, our economies are investing into REACH and ECHA's work. A value of 9 or euros is coming back in return. Improved conditions for workers, improvements for public health, and of course ecological benefits, which are certainly there but hard to quantify. I will not go as far as saying there's hardly a better way of investing money but chemicals policy, but in terms of sustainability and foresight, you really get value for money. A valuable treasure. This is what has been built up during the last 10 years. A treasure of worldwide unique knowledge on chemicals properties and on chemicals application. A treasure which to a certain extent also should be the key resource for a future chemicals policy beyond 2020 and therefore also should be the key resource for ECHA's future business model. The focus for chemicals management will be widened from assessing hazards and risks towards the monitoring and continuous optimization of applications and uses, thus also addressing resource efficiency as a goal for future chemicals policy. In short, we are developing from using the right chemicals to using chemicals right. Resource efficiency goals should be added as a goal also for chemicals policy. For example, by including a requirement for continuous optimization of chemicals application in the registration dossier as part of the chemical safety reports. And this is where service-oriented business models come in and play a crucial role. These models, such as chemical leasing, are the only opportunities that makes it an economically driven goal to use less, even for the producer and the manufacturer. When the manufacturer of a chemical is paid for the chemical's performance rather for the quantity, it will be in his own interest to achieve this goal with as little as possible. Thus, there are many aspects that point in the same direction. The circular economy discussion. 2, it is a secret code for improved resource efficiency. The future for chemicals products within a circular economy belongs to applications embedded into new service-oriented business models such as chemical leasing. These business models are today's benchmark already in many cases where chemicals are applied and thus often represent best available practices. How could this be integrated into the REACH philosophy? Goals of resource efficiency should be required by the Lehman framework and could subsequently be fine-tuned and agreed upon on a case-by-case basis between authorities and companies. Monitoring of those applications within authorization, for instance, or within a general possible new requirement for continuous optimization to be documented in the chemical safety report could become part of ECHA's portfolio. This shift will also coin the character of the way how ECHA cooperates with member states and industry. ECHA should, together with member states, compile and evaluate data gathered at companies to demonstrate appropriate use of chemicals in order to check whether envisaged effects do in fact materialize. So also the interface between ECHA and enforcing inspected member states deserves increasing attention. I am convinced, ladies and gentlemen, that ECHA and the excellent people, the excellent and committed people working here will manage these challenges and many more, just because ECHA is a masterpiece.